What's up, guys? President Joe Biden just signed into law new legislation. First, let's start off with the passage of this new legislation for gun control. At the White House today, President Biden gathered survivors and family members of victims of mass shootings to celebrate the passage of the most significant legislation to curb gun violence in 3 decades. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act incentivizes states to create red flag laws and enhance background checks, cracks down on store purchases, and closes what is known as the boyfriend loophole. Still, activists and advocates are demanding more, including Parkland's father, Manuel Oliver, who interrupted the president's mid-speech to say the new law alone is not enough. So a spokesperson for the father clarified to NBC that Manuel Oliver didn't think that this event this afternoon should be a straight celebration. He was worried that Republicans could pass off the law as them doing something and then ignoring future events where people get killed because of gun violence. And so obviously, the White House did want to pass this off as a win today. But even Biden did know that this is the first step, that he's looking for more, as well as he welcomes family members and survivors of many shootings over the last couple of years to the White House today, some of them holding an event after the gun violence event at the White House today. Now, it was the look more broadly across the country. Neil Peel polling this morning pointed out that a majority of Americans support the legislation, but 78% say that they think that the legislation could do little or nothing at all to curb further gun violence. So that's why you heard from President Biden today. He's still looking for a ban on assault rifles. He's looking for safe storage laws, as well as an expansion of background checks. And he's pushing Congress to do more. What will be interesting as we saw the White House and President Biden sit back during the negotiations for this legislation, they did not get directly involved. And so when you see the president's steps in urging Congress to do more, it will be interesting to watch how much he decides to involve himself going forward. That was President Joe Biden passing legislation for gun control. However, we are hearing that the majority of Americans across the nation say right now the number one top priority of Congress should be helping out with the state of the economy. We've got a 41-year high inflation record and high food and gas prices. And we are hearing that we are entering into a recession. A lot of people say we need stimulus checks. They are saying that historically, checks have helped out through recessions. We've seen them in the past. We saw them during the pandemic, and we are entering into a recession right now. They are saying now is the time, as the White House is taking this into consideration. There are several proposals on the White House desk right now for more stimulus checks, and a lot of people are saying send out the checks. We are gonna need the help. An article coming out today said after last week's positive employment report, which showed the US adding more jobs than predicted, President Joe Biden issued a statement praising his own administration for taking decisive action in 2021 to pass the American Rescue Plan to get our economy back on track. Few Americans would agree about the economy. A stunning 88% say it is only fair or poor. More specifically, the very policy the president cited, the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, which included stimulus check of $1,400 to low and middle income families is now being called into question as never before. In 2021, the administration argued that the American Rescue Plan would benefit the economy in at least 3 ways. It could boost the overall rate of growth, provide much-needed relief for state budgets, and improve the lives of middle and low-income families through direct payments. Right now, it's devastating for Americans across the nation, so they are saying don't send out any more money to help out. But we are also hearing a lot of people say, no, just don't pass a stimulus package, just send out direct payments, stimulus checks. They are saying that there was about $6 trillion. All of the previous packages and stimulus checks were just a small portion, and that the checks themselves did not cause the inflation. It was the majority of the package that wasn't checked, and they are saying just make it more targeted to have our Americans at this time. We are hearing that right now they are taking into consideration legislation. Democrats are saying that if they can't get that through, President Joe Biden needs to step up and do executive orders and executive actions right now, right before these midterm elections. Things are building up here as we get closer to these elections, and it's very likely that we are going to see some actions taken here very soon. In addition to that, states are passing their own packages. In many cases, they're all checked, and we received word that Governor Wolf of Pennsylvania has said that he wanted to send out his own $2,000 state stimulus checks with their state budget surplus. Pennsylvania's state budget includes new tax credits and tax rebates for families and seniors. So these are included, but those $2,000 checks look like they didn't make it in. The new child care tax credit will equal 30% of child care expenses, with a maximum of $315 for one dependent and $630 for 2 or more dependents. Seniors and the disabled will get a one-time increase in the property tax and rent rebate. Those who currently get the maximum refund of $650 will get an additional $455. So those are some of the benefits that are included direct payments to people, but they didn't get those $2,000 checks. At this time, those are not included, but there was a budget that went out and there will be those rebates available for people in the state of Pennsylvania. So there you have it, legislation passing, legislation proposed, and we are going to be seeing if there are executive orders and executive actions. I will keep you up to date every step of the way.